All right, welcome back, everybody, to the one and only Sammy's and Beer podcast, live here on this fantastic Thirsty Thursday. We are so excited to have everybody here for you. We've got a fantabulous show planned for you. Thomas even cleaned his room and put his stuff away.
I didn't.
I know that we can see stuff sitting behind you, like on the chair, like so. And joining us today, we do have a special guest, the wild man himself, Mr. Travis Holland.
The reason we did Sober October, the one who started it all.
Yep.
I wouldn't say the reason, but my inspiration, because he was doing it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I should do that as well.
The reason we didn't do it for like solidarity. We did it for like, oh, he's doing
Camaraderie.
We
Yes.
we did it. We did it for ourselves.
it.
We did.
It honestly put a lot of things into perspective for me. I was a big fan.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It felt good.
I saved a lot of money too. Like a lot of money.
That was the main influence. Was the money.
Oh yeah. Oh, but today's gonna be a good day. We got our shots lined up.
Yep.
We do. We've got some shots to take, some people to burn, some topics to discuss, all around, all sorts of exciting stuff going on. But yeah, so before we get too deep into talking with Travis about what we're going to talk to him about, let's start with some shots.
I completely agree.
Amen.
I don't remember what the order we did last week, Thomas.
You pick. Someone picks a two. Someone picks it against. So
yeah,
that's what we did, but we don't have to do that. So it just pick for or against. Do you want a positive shot or a negative shot? It's up to you.
well, which one you want to go with?
I want to go with the positive shot. I'm always going to do a positive shot because I'm a positive
Always?
guy. Always.
Always?
I'm a
Amen.
positive man.
Always. Me
All right,
too.
well, go ahead then with this. Explode your juicy positivity all over
I just
our
want to
listeners.
give a big old shout out to every reserve and guard unit out there right now. Everyone has been put in the bucket, high alert, and you have 2 days out of a month to figure your shit out, get green, get ready to go out the door. And I have just seen people killing it, getting their shit together, and so many motherfuckers are ready. So act up, other countries, go for it. But my shot for is all the men and women on the reserve and guard side, of course, because active duty always kills it. But this is for the ones who are ready to take the plate. So
So you're saying fuck around and find out.
fuck around and find out. It really came to a head. I was like, oh shit.
For some reason, it looked like you wore some of that. Did you get some dribbles there?
No,
No? It looked like it must have been how the shot glass was. It looked like it went down your chin.
it is deckled. By the way, I do have some shot glasses for Brittany.
Oh, she'll be excited.
I didn't know that was something she liked to collect, or I did and I just forgot. And I've been collecting them anyways, just because I like having shot glasses. But I don't need fancy ones. I have Hornitos, like,
There you go.
for a couple places we've been to. So
Travis, would you like to go next?
I will. I would like to dedicate this shot to all the special ed teachers out there. They do awesome things for our kids, and it's amazing the progress I've seen from my autistic child through the last few years. So, shot to all you, because I know what you have to deal with. Amen.
badass.
I'm going to do one for that too.
I'm not doing 3 shots. That'll put me way over.
It was just such a good one. I couldn't not take one for it.
Do you?
Well, thank you.
So, all right. How about this? So, just so everybody's aware, before we were talking, Travis is unaware of our change after Sober October of me wanting to do less shots to try and stay more coherent towards the end of the podcast, because let's be honest, you all know that we get a little rambly-bambly towards the end.
Yeah, we don't talk about anything productive.
That's what this is about.
So we're trying to limit. So what we're going to do is Travis had been listening to a bunch of them, wanted to do the 2 shots. So we're going to do 1 shot now. And halfway through the podcast, we are going to do another group shot just for him.
Perfect. I got 3. I brought 3 of them just in case this was going to happen.
Look at my man go. Look at him go.
3 just in case.
3 just in case. Yep.
You never know. And sometimes, you get to the end and you're like, hey, I'm feeling pretty sober. Let's do 1 more. That's understandable.
That's 100% understandable. I'm just
There's
trying
also
to
been
walk that line.
There's been a few times we've gotten to the end of the podcast and I've gone, I can't see straight right now.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't have been on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That happened quite a few times.
And that's all right. That reminds me of September 30th, Matt.
Yes.
Me and you, we hit her kind of hard.
Yeah, my liquor cabinet took a big hit that night.
Yeah.
We took a lot of shots of whiskey.
That was fun. That was a fun night.
No,
Yep.
But what got me is everybody left. It was, 11:30, 12 o'clock. Everybody left. I'm toasted. Get kids to bed, things like that. I'm done. I go pass out. I talked to Travis the next day, and I'm like, "God, did you go home and pass out? How you feeling?" He goes, "I went to the bar afterwards."
Jesus.
Yeah, I did. There was a lot of bad decisions made that night, but that was the past.
And then you didn't drink for 31 days after.
Yep, I did.
Did you make it? Did you make it the full sober October?
I did.
100% sober?
100%.
Nice.
Yep.
I did as well.
I did not. Now there's a reason.
Okay, explain.
So I planned a romantic getaway with my girlfriend on the 28th, I believe. I think it was the 28th. And it's in wine country, wine tasting, whiskey tastings. And I spent a bunch of money on it. So I was like, I'm not going to not drink this because I spent money on it. So
Yep.
I broke it early.
Amen. So a little secret about me. I am a wine guy.
Oh.
I love my Cabernets.
He's a cab guy. Okay, I see you.
Yep. And my wife doesn't like me drinking Cabernets because I make bad decisions. Whiskeys and Cabernets are my kind of I got to stay away from. But sober October, I think I should be able to slip into them a little bit here and there. What's your favorite? What's your favorite wine, there, Thomas?
I don't have one. Fun fact: I don't like wine.
Really?
I don't. I went to I think like 12 to 14 tastings, and I tried every wine from here to there, sweet to dry. Did not like a single one.
Really?
I gave it my all. Like I went in on it. I tried. My girlfriend though, who I took on this romantic trip, loves wine, so it was mainly for her. Yeah.
Yep. What's her favorite wine?
She likes dry reds. In fact, she likes the Apothic Inferno because the wine is aged in whiskey barrels, and she says the flavor profile is divine.
Phenomenal. Yep. I'm right there with your wife. I love the dry stuff that nobody else likes.
Yeah, I'm just like.
Yep.
So you're not so that's your like tipping point. Like some people have tequila. Like for me, it's Jägermeister. Yours is red Cabernet wines, huh?
Yep.
Interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard that one. You hear plenty of people that are like, I don't drink tequila because of who I become when I drink tequila. I've never heard somebody say, I don't drink red wine because that unleashes the beast.
Yeah, I am. I love it. Well, the problem with me is I can drink 3-4 bottles of it. And so I get pretty hard into the paint, if you know what I mean.
I do. I've actually tried not to get that drunk again.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that Cabernet's a good red wine, I can drink 3 bottles and wake up in the morning perfectly chipper and ready to go snowboarding.
Good for you. Which we will get into the snowboarding later. I'm interested.
Okay.
I do want to give a big shout out to the host of Big 12 After Dark, Brittany, who is joining us in the Twitch audience. They had their show today. I hope it went fantastic.
She already had her show? I thought
Brittany.
it was coming on later.
I thought she said from 8 to 9.
Sorry, Brittany, I don't remember. It depended on her hair appointment.
Oh, that was true.
Oh, Brittany, we love you.
But all right, so Sober October. It was my first time trying it, right? And I actually don't have a long-standing history with alcohol. I really didn't get into drinking until after I joined the military. I had like 22, and I'm 28. So I don't have this long-standing history of like underage drinking and stuff. When I got back from my COVID mission is when I like went off the deep end, so to speak. Matt saw it. I was drinking a lot. Like,
It was when he met me.
yeah, like when we met.
Weird, Matt. Weird.
I was drinking like a ton, and then I've been petering off since then. And then I think Sober October was kind of the kick I needed for me to take myself from binge drinking to having a couple cocktails, having a couple shots, and then calling it an evening. And it's been awesome. I'll wake up with I'm not hungover all the time anymore.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Well, I'm the opposite. I had 9 underages before I was 21.
9?
So I had 9 of them, yeah.
That's an impressive number.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
And then I took quite a few years off where I didn't drink alcohol. And yeah, I went through my ups and downs through my life, and the last year I noticed that I sold my business in January, and I started drinking a little bit more. And when I noticed that, I decided I need to take a month off just to make sure that everything was cool.
Yeah, you make sure it's not an actual problem, like an actual legitimate addiction.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So after the month, it was like November. I can't even remember the last time that I blacked out drinking alcohol. And November 3rd, we took some friends out to Sushimasa and drank a bunch of sake. Oof. And I don't remember the night. I don't remember it. Like, I don't remember. I guess I was jumping on trampolines naked. So, yeah. Here we are.
I'm going to come visit you, Matt. We need to hang out with him.
Like, we're talking like 6 days ago, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about. So when you go 30 days off, you go back on a little harder
and
in the paint, as you would say.
Your tolerance is through the floor. Then after that too, I found out I'm a 3 drinks guy now. I used to be like a 12 to 15 drinks guy. And be like not horrible. Now I'm like 3 drinks and I'm like, ooh. Let's slow my roll there, bucko.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Matt, how was Sober October for you?
It was good. I mean, there was a couple of nights that I definitely came home and it was like, let's have a drink. What are we going to do now that we're not drinking? You know, like,
it's in the neck.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I get that. There was a few nights for that, like that for me too. But I found that it was founded in boredom.
I'd agree. Like, it was just, it was something to do. It wasn't that I needed the drink or I wanted the drink, but it kind of became just a habit though too. Like, we'll sit down and play video games, or you do this and then you just associate it with drinking.
Yes.
And so it just becomes that habit. It's not that you can't do those things without it. You know, like our summer, I play volleyball with Travis in the summer. Mm-hmm. It's not that we couldn't play sand volleyball without drinking, because we play winter volleyball without drinking. Well, I play winter volleyball without drinking. but it becomes that habit that you get used to. You know, you get there, you buy a bucket of beer and you sit around, and you know, if the bucket's gone, you buy another one.
Which there's nothing wrong with doing that.
No.
Yep. But it does get out of hand sometimes.
It can. It can get away from you very quickly.
Especially Travis. Travis is real good at getting out of hand.
It happens, man. You know, I gotta say, I really don't have that particular issue of going nuts.
I'm the spitting image of going nuts.
Makes you interesting. How long have you been snowboarding for, by the way?
Since I was 6 years old.
I thought you kind of looked like Shaun White a little bit. That makes sense.
No.
The question is...
This is the longest my hair's ever been.
The question is there places to snowboard in South Dakota?
Yes. 200 vertical feet.
Tubular.
Yeah. Gnarly, bro.
I saw the snowboards in the back and I was interested. I've done it a couple times, but was never anything crazy.
You've got a White Claw snowboarder.
Yeah, I bought that from a kid off the lift last year.
Awesome.
I saw it on his feet and I'm like, hey man, that's a sweet snowboard. That's like my favorite drink. You know, 100 calories. I said I want to buy that for my wife.
Dude,
it's the perfect.
Continue.
It's the perfect price. And so he shot me a price. I said, bingo, let's go. And then he kind of backed out of it by the end of the ride. And 2 weeks later, we happened to sit on the same ski lift the same day. and I said, hey, how about that snowboard? He goes, you know, I've been thinking about it. He goes, I'll sell it to you. And I said, well, take your bindings off and let's go. I gave him $200 cash.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, I was going to ask you, what does a snowboard go for? Like, I don't.
Well, that one right there is my snowboard. That one's about $600. That one
Now,
right there.
Is that
What?
just the board, or is that
Yep.
including like all the other stuff that goes with it?
Nope, that's just a snowboard.
Okay.
And then Madison's right there, the pink one. That one is probably about $600 also. And then you got Barrett's, which is right there. That one is probably $300. So I felt like a pretty good deal. And then you got this one here, which is my autistic child's snowboard. That one was like $300. And that's
So snowboarding's not cheap.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's really not cheap if you find out that your youngest son can't snowboard. Dad and child both eat shit pretty dramatically trying to do it.
That's
So
fair.
then now we both own a pair of skis, and I haven't owned a pair of skis in over 20 years, and now I own a pair of skis.
It's better on your knees, though, skiing.
Skiing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
You're probably right,
It is.
because after so I haven't snowboarded in 10 years since this last winter, and then I went to Big Sky, Montana, went through Jackson, Wyoming, went to Jackson Hole, went to Steamboat, and then we went to A Basin. And after Jackson Hole, my knees are shot of snowboarding.
It's
You know,
it's
and-
a lot of pressure and it's a lot of twisting and it uses every part of your leg. You know.
Yep.
So it's a lot of wear and tear on your knees. Skiing isn't as much. You can
Yeah.
ski longer.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I'm not as good at skiing as I am at snowboarding because I couldn't figure skiing out right away, but snowboarding, like I was a skateboarder, so snowboarding kind of came naturally to me.
Yeah.
How
And I noticed with my oldest child, snowboarding comes pretty natural to him. And then with my youngest child, who's autistic, it was really hard. It was really hard to get him to just stand up on the snowboard and keep his balance. So we adjusted to skiing, and that way he can stay between my legs, and I can kind of control him better.
how does one, like, when you say I'm good at snowboarding, or I'm like, what do you mean by that?
You'll
Like,
see it.
You give me the gnarliest mountain that you can put in front of me, and I will go down it.
wouldn't you do that on? So I mean, does that mean like I'm really good at tubing?
You won't go, but you can't control where you're going when you're tubing. You're gonna hit a tree,
Yeah,
a rock.
I got feet.
The thing about winter sports is being in control is 100% what you're
That's-
going for.
That's what makes, like, and I'm not trying to be a smartass or anything. Like,
No,
I've
no,
never
I get it.
done. I've water skied, and that's it. Like, I've never snow skied. I've tubed,
It's fun.
Yep.
It's a lot of
Yep.
fun.
but
Yep. I can control how fast I want to go and how gnarly I want to get with it. With skis, I have to go a lot slower to stay in control. With a snowboard, I can get a little out of control and still be okay. You know what I mean?
It is really fun though, Matt. Like I will say,
Oh.
one of the best memories I have is snowboarding in Colorado. Like it's so fun, especially as like a teenager.
Yeah. Oh, it's phenomenal.
well, next time I'm a
Matt-
teenager in Colorado, I will go snowboarding.
We should do a
Hey.
camping trip in the winter. Go
Hey,
snowboarding.
I like you, Thomas. I like you.
I don't want to do a camping trip.
I mean, we could get like camping.
That's just a vacation.
An Airbnb with a hot tub.
We could take a winter vacation, which, by the way, if you do want to do something like that, we can do rentals and we can get them on base.
Okay.
They're about $20, I think, a day.
Thomas, I'm pointing at you. You got good points.
It's a lot. It's a lot of fun. It takes a good day to get everything down, but after that, you'll be competent enough to have a good time.
Hey, I tell you what, Matt. You might not want to snowboard, but your kids are young, and I'm gonna be a snowboard instructor at Great Bear this year. So come bring them out. I'll get them rentals. I'll get them lift tickets, and we'll get them going.
Sure.
And then once they're confident and going, the bars are fantastic in resort towns.
Yeah, they fucking are.
So, you know, if you and your wife want to sit and hang out in the bars, I'll take all the kids snowboarding with me.
I don't want to leave my kids snowboarding. Like, if I'm gonna go do something with my kids, I'm not the kind of guy that, like, if we go do something, I'm not gonna be like, all right, well, you guys go do your fun thing. I'm gonna go do this. I will struggle and hurt myself going and trying to snowboard or ski or four wheel or whatever it is that they want to do.
And the thing about skiing is you really won't struggle that much. It's a lot easier to stay up. Snowboarding, you're like on the ground when you're first starting off a ton.
Yep. How about this? How about we learn how to snowboard with you, and then once you get going, then we can figure out where we want to go. Because
All right.
it's a lot easier to start out at 200 vertical feet than it is 2,000 vertical feet.
I bet. It sounds pretty knowledgeable.
Oh, I love it. It's a fun time. It's a great time. Great memories. I would definitely ski now, though. I'm over. I don't think I can snowboard anymore.
Yeah.
I was never that good at it. So, but it brings up a good point in winter sports and the barrier to entry and how it's insane. So you look at snowboarding, skiing, hockey, all of these really badass sports. I mean, they are fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
The barrier to entry is just insane. Either you got to know someone who does it already, or you got to have the money to pay for the equipment and someone to teach them. It's kind of sad, you know.
Yeah, they're not just a sport that you just kind of go, hey, I'm gonna go do this, you know. It's something that like you have to know, like you said, you have to know somebody that does it, which is why I've never done it, you know?
Yeah. And it is a rich man sport.
Oh, for
Sometimes,
sure.
You know,
It's a sport for the elites for sure.
but it's fucking awesome. Snowboard with a backpack, a couple beers in the backpack. It's fucking cold out, so the
Yeah.
beers are always cold.
Well,
Yeah.
but you know what the funny part is my sister lives out in Montana, and she does a lot of snowboarding. Her and her husband now, not that she's, I say husband now because they were together for like 10 years before they got married. But her and her husband used to hike up mountains and then snowboard down them when they were
Yep.
too broke to buy lift tickets and stuff. They would spend like the day hiking up and then get to snowboard down like
One run.
once or twice. Yeah.
One run.
I'd be too fucking tired.
I've done plenty of that in my life. I used to do it all the time.
Keeps
So-
you in shape, I guess. That's insane.
Whew.
Fuck that.
Yeah, and you're in elevation, so you can only imagine.
Oh god.
You're trudging through the snow. And yeah, it's pretty intense. We'd find certain runs to where you could hitchhike. You know, put your thumb up, catch a ride up to the top of the mountain, ride down, and then a small hike up to the back to the highway, hitchhike up. And you'd be surprised in Colorado how many people will give you a ride to the top of the mountain just to watch you do some gnarly shit.
I'd do that. I had nothing else going on
I'll
that
give
day.
you a ride just because
Yep.
I want to see you eat shit once.
Right? Exactly.
There's a video of that
So-
guy who was snowboarding and like untamed land, and he was chased by a bear the whole fucking time. He didn't even know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know the exact video you're talking about, and that is a fake video. Believe
Is
it
it?
or not?
Oh
Yep.
man.
Yep, that is a fake video. It's a good video. It looks real, but nope, that is a fake video.
That makes me sad.
Yeah,
Totally.
they're hibernating, bud.
I guess that's fair.
But I have had a few moose, and I have had an elk run in front of me up in Montana.
Oh, that makes sense. I could see that.
Yep.
Those things are
And
assholes.
the moose scared the shit out of me. They are a lot bigger than you think they
They're
are.
huge.
Yep.
Holy
Yep.
shit, they're huge. They're like cars. They're like trucks.
Right? Oh, they're. I remember one time I drive semi truck for a living. Excuse me. And I remember driving a semi truck through Rapid City through Custer State Park one time, and we had a herd of elk come in front, like, you know, a few feet in front of our bumper, and seeing the size that they actually are from that standpoint, it was like, these things are huge.
And that's good eating
They're-
too.
Oh, it's the best eating. Yep.
Elk sausage with eggs? Done.
Ooh, that's like my favorite meal. After this podcast, that's what I'm eating. Not elk, but beef and eggs, man.
Yeah, I like it. But so I brought this up earlier, and
Hold on. Before
Okay.
you get too deep into your thought, we are at the halfway point.
Oh.
So if you would all like to take another shot.
Yep. I'm ready.
This
I think
bourbon's an
Matt
art.
should go first. I think Matt should go first on this one, though.
I think we're just doing a group shot, right? We're just
Yep,
all
just a group shot. Yep.
together.
So,
So we're taking 3 shots because we still
No,
have
just-
to do the negative. We still have
okay.
to do the negative.
This will be the negative
I-
then.
Okay. So
This will
then
be
we
the
have-
negative.
What are we talking? What's your negative tonight?
So my shot against is to parents who overparent. And
That's pretty ruthless. Yep. I agree 100% with
let
that.
your kids be kids. Let them enjoy life. let them learn at their pace. They're
Yep.
not going to learn at your pace.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Amen. I almost took my shot. Because I am so with that. Thomas,
can take that.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, my OBS was being weird. So my shot against, believe it or not, is going to be for people who don't mind their own fucking business. All right?
Yep.
I work EMS, and we got called out a bunch of times because this guy who was just in his yard, on his property, having a few beers, being a little belligerent, whatever. PD got called. We got called out there, I think 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night because PD had to check him out that he was okay. And so we had to check him out that he was okay because the neighbors who live like 3 acres away couldn't mind their own business. This guy was just hanging out. He was just having a few brewskis. Well, okay, he was having like a case of brewskis in his backyard. But he's like in his 60s. He was retired, alone. He had him and his dog that looked like Scooby-Doo. He just wanted to fucking drink his beer and be left alone. And we got called out there all night because they wouldn't leave him alone. So
That's unbelievable.
here's to people who won't leave other people alone. Go fuck yourselves. Don't take your shot.
I'm not. I've been thinking about this one all day. Because I'm not a very negative person, so it's really hard for me to think about negative people. Because I try not to. My shot against will be against people that don't stop in time for semi trucks trying to take a turn. And having to sit in an intersection to wait for somebody to go so you can take your turn. That's what my shot against is for. It's like I literally will flip my hazards on and they still don't quite get it. Blinkers on. Yeah, you get it.
I do. I get it. I will admit, I have to pass a lot of semis on my way to work because it's all country roads. Typically, they're nice guys. Like, it's a 2-lane highway. I'll get behind them and I'll just chill because whatever. I leave early enough for work. I ain't going to be late. And I'll just be chilling behind them and they'll, like, pull over. They let me know that it's clear for me to cut across and pass them. Best drivers.
Yep. Well, the thing is like I come up to a stop sign or a red light and they're sitting right at the line. It's like, all I need you to do is back up 10 feet so I can make that turn in town. Because I'm an in-town semi-truck driver.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like, okay, you see me with my blinker on. I'm sitting at the line. Why not just hold back a few feet? And don't get me wrong, a lot of people are really good. And honestly, the women are better than the men most of the time. they really are.
Didn't think that was going to happen, but all right. Yeah, I like it.
No.
Hold on. It's not because they're better drivers. It's that they're scared.
Exactly. Nailed it, Matt.
My wife doesn't even like passing semis on the interstate because she's scared one's going to get into her lane. And I'm like, you understand, these motherfuckers are professional drivers. They're being paid right now to drive. They drive as much as we go to work.
Yep.
He's good. He knows what he's doing. He ain't crossing that line.
No. So on my way home from my buddy's shop, I realized that it was 9:29, and I was up in Coleman. You know where Coleman's at. Mm-hmm. So I had less than 15 minutes to get home. I averaged 102 miles an hour probably on the way home. Because I was like, you know what, my phone was in my car, completely lost track of time. I was helping a dude turn some wrenches, and next thing you know, I was like, what time is it? He goes, it's 8:28. I'm like, well, I better kind of get out of here. So sorry about that, guys, but I put everything in jeopardy to get home to you.
You definitely didn't need to do that. We can start whenever.
You can send a text.
Yep. It was kind of fun, to be honest with you. Went 94 miles an hour around some curves where the record currently was 80 miles an hour. So I beat the record by 14 miles an hour.
Well, I'm glad you made it home to do the podcast. That 14 miles an hour wasn't the limit.
Yeah.
No, it's 15. 15 over is the limit.
So Travis has done some extremely interesting things, not as extracurriculars, but also for his work.
Yep.
Travis used to climb cell phone towers.
Yep. Hey, that reminds me, Matt. I got another shot here. Can I do another? What is it called? Against?
You're more than welcome to.
All right, I'm gonna do one more.
Just don't ask us to.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. This is just for me. I'm gonna do another against. Okay. I am against those. The internet.
Me too, buddy.
Fuck you, internet.
No, all the memes where they say this tower climber got paid $20,000 to climb this tower to change a light bulb. Have you guys seen them?
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen those.
I've seen a lot of them.
Yes, I have seen plenty of them. You know what I used to do at 18 years old to change a light bulb on a 1,000-foot tower or 2,000-foot tower? $13.50 an hour. I didn't get paid $20,000.
It sucks.
The company wasn't even getting paid $20,000 an hour. It is all a lie.
Good to know.
You get paid. The company got paid $300 an hour per person. So on a 1,000-foot tower, you would have two men. We could climb a tower, and a 2,000-foot tower, let's say, would take us an hour and 30 minutes.
Damn.
So that is how much money?
Yeah.
$450. $450 per person. So that's $800 and some dollars, or $900. Yep, $900. Far from $20,000. That's my against. That's my real against.
Now, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Mems.
Mems. I like that. I saw a stupid mem today. When I don't like them, I'm going to call them memes. I like them, they're memes.
Yeah. Fuck that. There ain't nobody getting paid $20,000 to go change that fucking light bulb. Let's get real.
When I was an electrician, the owner of the company, we were out doing some work, and he had a contract with a small town school, and they needed lights changed on their football field. And those aren't 1,000-foot poles. Like, that's probably like a 300-foot pole.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, he asked me, he's like, hey, you want to climb up there and change that? And I was like, that's going to cost you too much money. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, how much is it going to cost to get the fire truck or the fire department out here to get me fucking down? Because I ain't fucking coming. He goes, all right, well, I guess I'm climbing the fucking tower.
It's fair, though. That's fair.
I don't.
So the company that we used to work for, we actually did high elevation training for high elevation rescue, and we trained a couple of fire departments in South Dakota, and it was amazing. You would bring these guys up there, and they would literally freeze up and be like, they can't go up, they can't go down, they can't go. And 40 feet was the factor. If you can't make it past 40 feet, that's kind of where we knew you were going to make it or not.
So you had kind of like a line, like, hey, if the guy makes it to here and he keeps going, he's going to the top. If he doesn't make it to, if he makes it to here, if he doesn't make it to here, he's done.
Exactly.
And that line was
Exactly.
40 foot, huh?
Yep. 40 feet is pretty much where people freeze up. And I can't tell you how many people I have literally talked through and been like, all right, all we have to do is go down. And we would hire people. I was a foreman for the company, and we would hire people, and we'd bring them up. I'd go rig the tower. We let the new guys sit on the ground. I'd go rig the tower, get a rope up. We'd bring them up to the top, and they would literally, once we got to the top, they would latch on, and they wouldn't move. And it was like, all right, you have to let go for me to get you down.
I want to go down. I just don't want to go fast.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have to let go, And it was I would do it again, but the only thing is the traveling. Like, I loved the job. I just didn't like the traveling. I didn't like being away from my family.
So, but you became a trucker, but you're a local trucker, like you said.
Yeah, I don't travel more than 50 miles, 100 miles. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, but then you became a trucker, local.
Yep. No, I owned my own company for 8 years, and I spent 60% of my time on the road, and the other 40% I was in my shop working on my vehicles.
It's respectable.
And the weird thing is that 100% was 24 hours of the day. So I had no time for sleep. And I decided my 2 kids and my wife were more important than working all the time. So I sold my business, and now I'm working for a company in Sioux Falls.
Okay. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. I didn't know that. It's good to learn things about you,
Well, thank you, Thomas. One of my best friends since probably 5th grade, 6th grade, is in the he's a recruiter for the Army.
Oh, he's dumb. That's all you had to say.
Hey, amen, Thomas. Amen. No, I love the kid more than anything. I'd do anything for him.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's the Army. It's all right. I get it. Hey, for some people, myself included, the military is a necessity. It really puts things in perspective.
He also worked towers with me, and he was always. I mean, it was one of those things where he got scared to death.
Yeah, because he was smart.
What I mean? Yeah. Smart and dumb at the same time.
Stupid and wise.
That's possible.
Yeah. Yep. Stupid and wise.
That's
exactly.
mad. Yeah. What?
What?
Anyways.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He was. He's my best friend, and I can't hold that against him. He's doing really good for himself now.
Hell yeah. What I mean, again, the military it'll give you a paycheck, a roof over your head, and food to eat.
Insurance.
Yeah, the insurance is nice.
Coming from a self-employed guy, he knows how nice insurance is.
It is
Right?
That is the biggest benefit, and you get great insurance in the Guard and Reserve too.
Yep. Absolutely.
It costs you $80 if you want to have a baby.
Yep.
That's your copay.
Hey, guess what I paid? $7,000.
I was gonna say, it cost me about $3 for my first one.
No,
it was definitely a lot more than that because we had a C-section and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah. If any of that happens, still $80. Baby in hand.
Yep.
baby in hand. Did you have to give him the $80 to get the baby? Was
Yes.
it like a
it's
a backwater
trade-off.
transaction?
Yeah, you have to
Hey,
give him the
Tom.
dollars.
Hey Thomas, you start making babies, I'll give you $80, bro.
Thanks. I'm gonna hold off. I'm just gonna practice. I'm just gonna practice for now.
Practice is what it's all about.
I agree. Yeah, no, it's best decision I ever made. 100%. Like, hands down. And it's not for everyone, too. That's the thing, you know. And that's okay.
There's plenty of people that get kicked out.
There's plenty. There's plenty. And that's fine. If it's not for you, it's not for you. No judgment, no hate. I wish I could grow out my hair super long. I thought about making my religion be like the Native American religion so I could grow my hair out because there's a guy in the Air
What's-
Force.
Hold on. What's the Native American?
I have no idea, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to worship some fucking Thunderbirds if I have to.
Worship Thunderbirds.
The British call.
Whatever it is. There's a guy in the Air Force right now who actually has his hair long, claiming religious exemption but he's like into his religion, right? He's like into the culture, like he's legitimately like a chief or something crazy like that. I was reading
Chiefs are crazy.
I was reading an actual article, like a legitimate article about it, and he's an advocate for Native American rights and all this stuff, and he's in the Air Force. So, but bastard gets to have long hair, and I'm like, fuck.
You know what I heard that I think. So we've talked about this before. How I believe, Travis, would you consider yourself a Native American?
Yes.
I heard somebody use the word, and I thought it was super. No, I would too, because I think we're all. I mean, Thomas is a Native American as well. We were all born here. We are Native Americans.
I'm a native Texan.
He looks
Okay.
more, he looks more native than we do.
He does. But what I was saying is I liked the term indigenous people.
Yep.
That they can be indigenous. We can all be Native Americans, which is what we are because we were born here.
Yep.
I guess that's fair.
Yep.
They got
Fair
their own
enough.
holiday now. Indigenous People Day, whatever it's called.
So
That's fine. We could use another holiday.
yeah.
Well, we don't get any
So-
extra days off.
Isn't your big holiday tomorrow, Thomas? Tomorrow's Veterans Day.
Oh, I can go to Hooters. Yeah!
Yay, B.
Give me some fucking
Yeah,
free ass
baby.
wings, baby. Woo! All right.
Free? No, 20% off, motherfucker.
No, it's free on Veterans Day. It's like they have like a little menu. It's like this big. Like, you can get
Hey,
this.
we
free.
don't have Hooters. We don't have Hooters.
Oh, that sucks.
We did have a Hooters for a little while.
We did, but their titties weren't good enough.
Dallas does have a goth Hooters.
A goth Hooters?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, tomorrow I will go gather the picture of the Dallas Hooters that I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are good titties.
I want to see
What?
goth. I really want to see goth
They
Hooters.
and it's not like an official thing like that. It's goth Hooters, but all of the girls that work there at that Hooters dress very goth, so it's goth Hooters. Fucking awesome. Houston has a Krusty Krab.
What does San Antonio have?
Nothing.
Herpes.
Herpes. Homeless people.
Hey, fuck both of you. San Antonio is my favorite city.
Out of what, like all the cities?
Well, my favorite city that I went to tower conferences to. Yeah.
San
Yep.
Antonio sucks.
The
I live
the
here.
best blow, the worst weed. Let's go.
The best blow, the worst weed.
Okay.
I say, at least Austin has Franklin's barbecue.
Oh my god. I've been thinking about going back. So hard. I would love to go back.
So hard, let's see it.
I really have been thinking about going back, but I don't have anyone to go with.
Hey, I'll come.
Yeah, because
I'll come with you. Not come with you, but I will.
what, your brother or your dad don't barbecue? Brisket?
kinda.
No, they won't. They don't have that drive to sit there at 6 a.m. to.
That's understandable.
Which I get.
I can understand that.
Hey, and you know what? And it was cool when I did it because I did it with Daniel and Mr. Flores, and we made a day of it. We had beers. Like it was really cool as an experience. Daniel's really, I mean, he's a chef, so it was a really cool time. But I don't really know anyone else that would do that with me. Not even my girlfriend definitely will not be up at 6 to wait in line for fucking barbecue.
You took her to fucking wine country. She should be able to do that.
I
with
did
you.
that because I'm going to be flying every weekend,
Hey,
so it's
Which have now been
Hey.
canceled.
one
Hey.
flight.
go to San Antonio. Take her down there to the Riverwalk. Find Chico. Okay? Find Chico. Buy a little fucking garbage ass weed from him, whatever he wants to claim. Smoke a little with her. I bet she'll be down for whatever.
Buy some can bud.
Literally.
Stems and seeds and all.
Yep. I think we counted 46 seeds in a fucking quarter.
All right. Well, we are getting to that hour. Hard to
Are we
believe.
really?
It is. It's 10 o'clock.
Well, let's go 2 hours.
No, we keep them to an hour, buddy.
We got work.
Yeah.
That's what keeps people coming back.
Ooh.
We're not Joe Rogan here. Joe Rogan who goes
Right.
3 hours.
4 hours.
Again,
4
hours.
Joe Rogan for
4
president.
Oh, for sure, Joe Rogan for president.
Ain't gonna happen.
I would love that
No.
so much. That would be so interesting.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, we would love to thank our special guest, Travis, for joining us tonight. It has been awesome chatting with you, getting to know, learning about some snowboarding, some tower hikings. Any final words you'd like to say to the people out there in the internet world?
I love you guys.
And I love
Travis
you,
loves you.
random citizen.
Random citizen.
Um,
I will. I'd love for you to have me back.
We enjoyed having you. I believe if Thomas has done his job, which I highly doubt he has, we have another
Oh.
guest next
Oh.
Thursday who might be reading things her own way. Like I said, if Thomas has done his job, which I think he is texting her currently.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure she would love to do it. Spooky Bitch, our resident psychic herself, will hopefully be on the podcast with us. She is well educated and well spoken, so let's hope that she wants to jump on with us.
Well, I've got a lot of fucking questions.
I have no
Me too.
answers. I'm going to be the
Me too.
mediator on that one.
Hey, let me in next week.
All right, Thomas, any final words for the people?
Don't call the cops on someone having a good time.
I don't think those
Good
need to
job.
be. I don't think anybody needs to hear that. But Travis, we thank you so much for being here. It has been an awesome time. We appreciate everybody for stopping by and listening so much. If you didn't get a chance to catch this live, we are live every Thursday on YouTube and Twitch, as well as we post the podcasts on Apple Podcasts. And I might even try to figure out how to put us on Spotify. I don't know yet. But thank you all so much for being here. We hope you have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend. One doodle plus one doodle equals...